Hi, me, Sugar and Spice, or whatever. Um, so pigging, I'm kind of piggybacking off of the divine masculine and divine feminine readings that I did for you guys. Both both of those videos mentioned a lot of drama going on in the home. Whether it was towards healing or it was time to break down certain relationships, etc. And so I figured it would also be helpful to get some inner child insight. How, like, get to the root of the cause. How can we love ourselves a little more? Because it's not about fixing ourselves, it's about loving ourselves. So I wanted to ask, in these turbulent times and these times of uncertainty with all these movements going on in the cosmos, what can we do to feel safe, essentially? So that's what I'm gonna do. If you haven't watched my other videos, um, for the eclipse and all that good stuff, then do it. Because, not to toot my own horn, but there's like some solid gems in there. um, so anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna continue the series with Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. I hope I have the order right. um, all right, so let's get started. I'm super hype on caffeine, so if my energy's a little manic right now, that's why. I'm trying to just get it all out of my system and tire myself the hell out. So, about to get through all the signs today. Sorry for the lighting. I'm in a hotel. Ain't shit I can do about it. All right, I'm gonna take a moment to chill. Okay. For Libra suns, what can Libra suns do to work with the energies of the eclipse and the retrogrades to heal their inner child? Inner child healing, Libra suns. Let's do one more card, inner child healing. Relationships. A lot of Libra suns are in, I want to say, romantic relationships and also platonic relationships where they're not being very open to receiving. It seems like you're such a giver, and you're such a giver and you're not receiving it, and you'd rather die than look at the relationship for what it is, because in the awareness that your energy isn't being matched, it means you have to make the decision to cut somebody off. I have the Empress, Two of Cups, Nine of Cups, Three of Pentacles, and the Emperor. So to me, this spread is screaming avoidance. You don't want to see somebody as they are rather than for who you want them to be. And you're just pretending not to read. Suddenly you can't hear. And I mean, you can avoid it if you want to, but it doesn't mean that they're going to change. It means you have to change, Libra. If the circumstances are such that you're feeling drained and you're feeling maybe not disrespected, but just not as respected as the respect that you're showing others, and the space that you make for others to be able to articulate their feelings, if that's not being given back to you, your inner child notices. And your inner child notices how this comes from your mother. Your mother figure, half of the Libra suns, I feel like your mother figure was a real trigger for you. Like, you feel like her love was conditional. So you had to work for it. And if you did something wrong, you felt like you lost mom. Like if you made a mistake, or if you were a bit of a burden, that mom didn't love you anymore. And the other half of Libra suns are witnesses to how giving and how kind of a doormat their mom was, which in turn makes you overcompensate with your own relationships. So half of the Libras are giving too much, and the other half of the Libras are not giving enough and not meeting the standards of the other people that they're involved with. With the Nine of Cups here, it's all about I know it's like a really nice attribute to be able to see the best in everyone, but Libra, your inner child is like, at some point, you have to start demanding more. And this is that point. This is that crucial point. And I know Libras hate being the bad guy, but it's not really being the bad guy. It's putting yourself first and realizing that there is more out there. Things that are blessings that are greater than the ones you have now, and that you don't have to work as hard for to maintain. How many of you are the only ones texting other people to hang out? If you didn't text first, that relationship would be dead. So then let it die. People are either going to step up to the plate and rise to the occasion for you with the Emperor reversed, or they're gonna let it go. They're gonna let that relationship die because they didn't value you in the first place. So your inner child is just tired. Your inner child is just tired of always having to make themselves small, always having to be the mediator within conflict in the home, especially with mom, having to carry the burden of expressing or even just articulating new ideas. And mom just kind of beating them out of you, like, no, you're wrong, my way is the highway. And then that makes you feel like, oh, like I have to be in this box or else mom doesn't love me anymore. It's like, it's sad. It's really, really sad, Libra. So Libra, do yourselves a favor and know that you have the tools. With the Three of Pentacles here, you have the tools to articulate your demands exactly as they are. And don't play God. Don't dip out on these friendships and relationships before they fully run their course. Present the opportunity to your loved ones to rise to the occasion. And if they fail you, they fail themselves. They're not failing you. But you have to have the courage to send them away with love. Sometimes you got to let it die in order to find out if it's meant to be or not. So that's for Libra suns. Let's do, who's after Libra? Scorpio. All right. Now that I'm on a roll. Inner child healing for Scorpios. What do we have to say? Oof, okay, well, my deck is spitting up, so. Strength, Magician, Fool, Five of Swords, Two of Cups, Nine of Cups, the Chariot. Wow, okay, your inner child is fucked up, low-key. There's a lot of feelings of powerlessness and overcompensation for that in your adult life. It seems like there was a lot of uncertain circumstances that you were born into, perhaps divorce, substance abuse, a parent was abused in some way, death in the family around their time of birth. It just seems like Scorpios were born into really uncertain circumstances between the parents here. I'm getting that like a father was in jail. So that message might be really specific to some of you Scorpios. So your inner child grew up into an overcompensating adult in which you can't control the way you feel, so you try to control the way other people feel about themselves, about you. That needs to stop, because you're in for some pretty heavy karma clearing if that's the case. You need to chill on that, and you need to start meeting people where they're at. I know you'd rather die than do this, but you need to let people see you. You need to allow people to know what makes you tick, because your inner child was born into a set of circumstances in which you had to grow up real quick, like really quickly. You became aware of the darkness of humanity, of the selfishness, the greed. And so you grew up with this mentality of, I have to get ahead by any means necessary. And you're self-sabotaging your own relationships now as a grown-up by pushing the people away because they got too close. You're setting fire to the bridges because somebody got too close to finding out just how weak you really are. But you're not weak, you're just scared. Your inner child's just scared. You know, you're scared because of how much responsibility you had to carry as a kid, and also how much responsibility you're carrying now. You're low-key freaking out at all of these turbulent times and eclipses. You're like, you're reading your horoscope, freaking sweating. Chill. With the Chariot here and the Nine of Cups, if you allow yourself to be vulnerable and make wishes in blind faith, allow that childlike innocence that was robbed of you to come back into your heart and say, I just want to, I'm gonna hope for the best. I'm gonna prepare for the worst, but I'm gonna just hope for the best and see what happens. And open yourself to the possibility that maybe people are as good as they seem. Maybe they are kind to you just because they like you, and not because you tricked them into liking you, or because you have something that they want. Maybe, just maybe, some of these people will stay, but not if they have to keep playing guessing games with the way you feel about them. So it's all about being more authentic. Your inner child, more than anything, wants to feel secure. And ironically, you push away everything that does make you feel secure. With the Chariot here, there's a happy medium. There's a very happy medium here, and it's up to you to find it. And how can you find it? The law of relativity. All that is also all that isn't. Everything that is good is also bad, etc., etc. It's about, you know, the ugly side of the world. Now you can know the good. Allow yourself to see the good in people, regardless of whether they betray you, what they do with that trust. Stop. They haven't hurt you yet. So just go ahead and let them, and see what happens. Some people might surprise you, but you'll never know. You know the dark. It's time to know the light and be comfortable in it. It's time to be happy and own it, and be okay assuming that, you know, you're gonna live your life in peace. Like, it's totally fine. Not everything has to be impending doom and gloom for you, Scorpio. And your inner child is so tired of being suspicious. Your inner child is like, yo, can we just be happy for once, just one time? Be secure and stop moving. So that's what's going on. Who's after Scorpio? Sagittarius, I believe. If I'm wrong, fuck it. All right, same question. Sagittarius suns. What can Sagittarius suns do to heal their inner child? All right. Y'all need to learn how to chill. And I know that's like the bane of your existence. But for Sagittarius suns, I got the Nine of Swords, the Devil, Page of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Lovers, and Six of Pentacles. So all of this has to do with the equal exchange of giving and receiving energy. A lot of you keep giving. You're always the life of the party. You do anything that you can to help somebody. And that's great. I'm not saying that's bad. There's the challenging part is that there's this underlying anxiety and fear that you'll never be good enough and that you'll never reach your full potential. Your inner child was fed so many narratives of, oh, you're so smart, or you're so mature for your age, and blah blah blah. You like all of these projections that adult people put onto you, that now you're like, oh God, what? I mean, I was gifted and talented as a kid, but like now I'm just depressed. Ugh. You know, so it just seems like this really deep set anxiety of not reaching your full potential. And with that thinking, you won't, Sagittarius. Sometimes it's not about living for other people and trying to measure up to expectations. Maybe it's just about being honest and openly being able to love your inner child, because this Lovers card, it might have to do with your romantic partnerships, but because this is inner child, I really think this is the lack of an exemplifying marriage. I think a lot of Sagittarius sons grew up with really contrasting marriages. Like, I feel like their immediate parents had a really good marriage, but then their aunt and uncle was like terrible. And so that spectrum of 100% awesome marriage to 0% please get a divorce or whatever, has your inner child feeling some type of way. Like, if you don't reach certain goals at this time, then you're a complete failure. And your inner child is honestly just nervous. They're just like, oh, I don't know, that's a lot to live up to. That's a lot of pressure. What if I don't become a lawyer? What if I don't want to get married? It seems like a lot of pressure to conform and meet the projections of potential that were put onto you as inner children. And with the Lovers card and the Six of Pentacles here as the outcome, as the last cards to come out, I really think it's just about taking some time to pour into your own cup and be like, what do I want, first of all? And Sagittarius, what you want is experience. So go experience it. Drop out if that's what you want. Go to college if that's what you want. But allow yourself the experience, because the beauty of life is that if you don't like your first choice, you can always choose again. Right? I know, revolutionary. Boom. But you do have to be willing to have a beginner's mind. That 0 to 100, that's not realistic, Sagittarius. It's okay to start again. It's okay to start new, and it's okay to make mistakes along the way, and it's okay to hate consistency, but do it anyway. It's about consistent and concentrated efforts to heal your inner child and to really allow your inner child to tell you what they want to be when you grow up. And then it's your job to listen to those hunches, those feelings, those dreams that you've got going on, and bring them into fruition. Because the truth is, you were born knowing what you wanted to do, and then you got confused because everybody else projected their desires for you into adulthood. And so now you're sitting in this state of confusion of, fuck, I don't know what I want to be. Or I don't even know what I want from my relationships, but I know it's not this. Relax, breathe. Mercury is in retrograde, which is a perfect time for you guys to really I'm blurry, to really evaluate and figure out what it is that you do want. There's nothing wrong with taking some time for yourself. Please don't die from anxiety. Anyway, don't die from anxiety just from spending some time alone. It's really not that bad. But yeah, as always, I hope that these readings help. I know that they're brief, but I mean, I'm on vacation, so I'm just trying my best. But yeah, I hope that they help. So if they do, please, share it. Get me to 1,000 subscribers. I really need them. Let everybody, know about me and stuff. And well, I mean, you guys hear this all the time, so I'm sure you get it. Thumbs up, tag people, whatever. Follow me. Book a private reading. You want to learn how to read your own cards? Do tarot? I also teach. So check that out. All right, well, bye.